Hi everyone, this is Paul from Hill Country Rings, and you might not believe it, but I paid $100 for this piece of wood right here. But to me it's worth it, and I'll show you why. This is actually a piece of the deck from the Battleship New Jersey, World War II battleship, and I make rings with it. Come on into the shop and I'll tell you a little bit more. There are two different battleships that I have teak wood from, the North Carolina and the New Jersey. And you're probably wondering, why did battleships have wood decks made, why were the decks made out of wood? Well, there's several different reasons. One is a good insulator of the heat to keep the heat from getting down into the decks. So there was that reason. The other is that because they had a lot of flammable and explosive materials, gunpowder and all that kind of stuff moving around, there was less chance of creating a spark and setting off an explosion on the deck. So that's basically the reason why they had teak decks. Now these are, I know it looks really beat up. This is actually wood from the New Jersey, and this was removed back in 2020. I buy this wood from the Battleship New Jersey, and they have a website that you can buy this from, and you get a certificate of authenticity, and pieces come out like this, and it looks pretty rough. I mean, it's really kind of chippy, and it smells like kerosene, and it's been through hell and back, but the wood's still good. I mean, this is very good teak wood, and this will make some really beautiful rings. The North Carolina, this piece that I have, I've gotten several different pieces, and this one is sometimes you get what you get, and this had a bolt hole in it from where they actually bolted down to the deck. They had inset bolts into this, and so I can still make some rings out of this, but it wasn't the best piece. As you can see, it's pretty rough. I've gotten some better wood from the North Carolina. This was a piece that I bought about 6 months ago. What's left of it, I'd cut some pieces off of it, and what I do is I cut it on the bandsaw, and then I cut it down to little pieces like this, and to make each one of these would make one ring, and I stabilize them in my vacuum chamber with the resin to kind of harden it up, make it a little bit more waterproof, a little easier to turn. So these are pieces from the North Carolina and pieces from the New Jersey. This is a piece I've had for a while and been working on and cutting pieces off of it. You see, this is a really good, nice square piece, and it's really good wood. And then these are some pieces that have been stabilized, and they're ready to make rings out of. The thing about this wood is, once it's gone, it's gone. There won't be any more. It's getting harder and harder to come by. As they do, about the only way you can get it is when they do replacements of what was there. Some of the original wood. Both of these ships are now museums, floating museums, and they have a group that maintains them, and whenever they replace pieces of the deck, then they make it available for sale. There's some other battleships I'm trying to get, and I'd love to get an aircraft carrier. I'd love to make some rings out of an aircraft carrier deck, but I haven't been able to find good pieces yet. That's just some of the pieces and some of the woods that I use for making rings. I'll talk about others in other videos, and if you're interested, check out hillcountryrings.com. It's a link to my Etsy site, and I'd love to make a ring for you.